This is the Up on the Soapbox podcast, a production of Soapbox Marketing Communication. The foundational goal for the Soapbox is to host and foster a simple, yet dynamic online environment which helps initiate and develop personal business connections by way of purposeful, one-on-one conversation. The Soapbox is redefining how communication is done in the promotional products industry. I am Brett Schaefer, and along with my partner and co-host Dan Pickett, we bring you Up on the Soapbox. Welcome to the Up on the Soapbox podcast. This is episode 6. I'm your host, Brett Schaefer, and with me today are a couple of really special people. This is going to be an incredible episode. We got a lot of interesting stuff going on. We're turning it on its heels, on its head, and we're going in some different directions. And there's no better two people to do this with. My co-host, Dan Pickett, is with me today. And also joining us for this fine broadcast is Joe Fina from Devara, VP of Devara. We're going to learn a little bit about Joe, and then we're going to move into our soapbox moment. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun as we unravel this thing today. So, Joe, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's our pleasure. And we want to learn a little bit about you. Now, I just want to share a moment here. The first time I met Joe, I actually had to fly halfway around the world. And I met Joe for literally the first time in an airport in Hangzhou, China. And he didn't remember when we reconvened on the soapbox here, but I did have to remind him that story. And I think I since jarred his aging memory a little bit. I flew halfway around the world to meet this guy. And now I'm happy to bring him right to your living room. So you don't have to do the same thing that I had to do. So, Joe, let's learn a little bit about you. What do you like to do? How did you get into the promo world? How did you become VP of the greatest badge reel company in the industry?
First of all, I don't want you to take that experience back personally, if you will. I forgot what I had for lunch yesterday, let alone who I met on the other side of the world. But it all comes back to me quickly, and it was a blast meeting you guys, running into yourself and your partner back then, Scott, way back. Yep. And then I actually met Dan in a little minibus from the airport to an actual speed dating event. And Dan, I want to say that was, 6 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, you know what? Brett's story sounds a little better than mine.
Well, you know what?
They're all on the way to a speed dating with you.
I'm dating myself too, but guys, thanks for having me on the soapbox and this particular podcast. So I've been in promo going on, I believe, 21 years. I've been with Devara 15 as the leader of the band, if you will, vice president, whatever you want to call me, leader of people. Prior to that, I was a partner in a drinkware company in upstate New York, small drinkware company where we did ceramics, glass, wine glasses, polycarbs, candy jars, things like that. And I was approached to run Devara. It's going to be actually 16 years this fall. So my universe went from drinkware, if you will, to primarily badge holders. And it was foreign to me, totally foreign to me. And I often think back to prior to getting into promo over 20 years ago, I was an account rep for Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I remember before I hit the road to go see clients, I grabbed my briefcase. We had briefcases back then, not backpacks, the old days with the briefcase, the suit, the tie. But I would have a gym bag that I would walk into this big room in the sales area. And this room was loaded with pens, calendars, rulers, shirts, hats with Blue Cross Blue Shield logo on it. And I used to just, from the shelves, just fill my bag. And it was the first thing I would hand out to folks when I went to go see them, went to go see clients. And you thought I was giving them gold, for crying out loud. And I never once understood or realized where all this stuff came from. And then when I was introduced to the promo industry, actually by a client, my partner bought this mug company at first, the light bulb went off. I'm like, holy cow, man. So this is where it comes from. This is what it's all about. And man, it's a big, fun industry. So that's basically how I got into it, how long I've been in it, and the two companies that that I've worked for, if you will. So it's been a fast 20-something years, guys. Very quick. Very. Are
you going after sort of the same type of distributor clientele with both lines, or is it a whole new market for?
It's it's the same distributor. That's a great question too, Dan. It's the same distributor, but instead of shipping heavy, fragile product like mugs and wine glasses, where freight was always an issue. We're located up in sunny upstate New York between Rochester and Buffalo, right on Lake Ontario, if you will. So the drinkware was more of a regional type distributorship or audience. Didn't do much business west of the Mississippi or south of the Carolinas, just because of the weight and the expense of shipping. Now with smaller product, lighter product, non-breakable product like retractable badge reels, lanyards, card holders, bottle openers, key rings, has really opened up the rest of the country, where we're very strong on the West Coast to the East Coast, down south. So it's opened up a larger audience, if you will, of distributorships because of the weight and the non-breakable characteristics of the product that we predominantly sell.
So if a distributor has not yet sold into the badge reel business, what would you say is the single most positive aspect of badge reel business?
I tell people, another great question, by the way, I tell people that badge holders are the sexiest product class in the whole industry, bar none. And, people get a chuckle out of that along with myself, but I often ask distributors, say, listen, find the time, sit down with a pen, paper, glass of wine, cup of coffee, and not only list your existing customers that have to wear an ID badge, but more importantly, prospects. They have to buy this product class, these products, before they buy the more fun, higher price point items such as electronics, wearables, what have you. And, we've sold quite a bit of badge holders over the years, and 33% of the millions that we have sold are repeat orders as well. So I tell people, listen, give it an honest look. About 1 out of 10, 1 out of 15 distributors get it, the rest don't, which is cool. Everyone gets a pen, a calendar, a mug, etc. This stuff, little bit different. But those that do get it do very well. Again, great prospecting piece. Acts is kind of an annuity, if you will. And we're a narrow product lane kind of company, but the end user markets that buy our product, very broad, very big. Over 50% of the end users buying the product, especially the badge reels, are hospitals. And after that, it's tech, government, manufacturing, large corporate. And unfortunately, the last couple of years, it's been schools. With the wave of violence, locked entryways, teachers, administrators, even kids having to have cards to swipe to get in. So we're a narrow, if you will, line, if you will, but the end user markets that buy our product, very broad, very big. And we all know we live in a cold, cruel world. It's not going to get any friendlier in our lifetime, unfortunately. So the need for security, the need for ID badges, healthcare is not getting any smaller. So strong product class, strong end user market, strong environment, if you will. And quick story while I'm babbling on. When I first looked at running Devara, I had a Devara catalog, and there was only a couple pages of badge holders, where now our new catalog's over 100 pages of badge holders. And I looked at my wife and I said, I'm like, who buys this junk, really? And she looked at me and goes, Joe, really, you don't look down at the vanity every morning when you brush your teeth And there on the vanity to this day is her ID badge on a lanyard. She works at Marsh Insurance with the same 50 people the last 35 years. You know, my universe was drinkware. So, you know, it opened my eyes up quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend you expand your horizons just a little bit. Okay, there you go.
So when you mentioned that it's the sexiest product category in the industry, I thought you were going in a completely different direction. But
yeah, it's all about the business, the revenue, the cash, if you will. Makes things sexy, in my opinion.
Well, so speaking of different directions, I think we're going to segue over into our next phase here, and ask you to step up on the soapbox. So Joe, I'm a little bit nervous here. Tell us what's on your mind today.
Well, you know what? There's a lot on my mind, and you know, politically, religiously, what have you, like everybody else. But I thought I would take this opportunity to kind of bring you guys up on the soapbox with me, if you will, with what I call just when you think you know somebody. So what I've done is I've sent to Brett and Dan 25 questions in 2 minutes. Okay. They do not know each other's answers, and I'm going to throw my quick answers in there as well. You know, and it's pretty much, you know, just when you think you know somebody. In other words, you know, you work with the same people every day. You talk to them every day, but do you really know them? You work with the same clients every day, and you talk to them, but do you really know them? So this is kind of a fun little thing I do with employees, new hires, and also existing hires, people that got quite a few folks that have been with us for as long as I've been here almost. And we get out to lunch, if you will. And, you know, it's like, oh, geez, are we going to do the 25 questions in 2 minutes to just to get to know you? And I'm like, yeah. So I mix up the questions a bit. So what I've done, okay, on my soapbox, I'm bringing up Brett and Dan. And if you guys are ready, I'm going to rifle through these 20 questions. I don't know who wants to go first.
Ready as we'll ever be, as they say.
Okay.
All right. So how do you want to approach this, Joe? You're going to ask the question and then we answer? You tell us.
Good question. You know what? I'm going to ask Brett the question real quick. He's going to give an answer, and then Dan is going to answer on what he thinks Brett was going to say.
Okay.
So we're going to see how well Dan knows Brett. How long have you guys, first of all, how long have you guys been together or have known each other?
Probably close to 20 years, I would think.
About 20 years, I'd say.
Okay. So just when you think you know each other, we're going to see how well you know each other. So what I'll do is I'll ask Brett this question first, and then he's going to answer. And then Dan's going to give his answer as to what he thought Brett's answer might be.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I got them all right here.
I'm ready.
So then I'm going to quickly then ask Dan the same question, and then Brett's going to answer what he thinks Dan and Dan's answer would be. And I want you two guys to keep score, and we're going to see how well you do out of 25 questions.
I'm predicting that I will get one or two of Dan's, and likely maybe one or two the other way. So let's just see what happens.
I'm gonna
the over under is 2. Okay.
2.
I'm gonna peg this right now. I'm gonna call my shot. My under over with you. I think you guys are around 8.
Wow.
Well, you got a couple that are 50-50 shots.
Yeah.
True.
Right,
so
right.
I'm guessing around 8. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's blow through this real quick. Brett, favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
I said Saturday. I said
Ding,
he would say
ding.
Saturday. Right.
Dan, favorite day of the week?
Oh, you want to go? Now we're going back and forth like this.
Yes.
I see. Okay. I said Friday.
Oh, I got
Brett?
Monday.
Ooh. Okay, one zip. Brett, nickname your parents used to call you?
None.
I had Curly.
Okay, Dan, nickname your parents used to
They
call
would call
you?
me Dan for some reason that I do not know to this day.
And I'm halfway right because I have Dan.
Okay.
I'm getting half. I'm getting half.
A point. Attaboy. And we can, you know what? After this is over, it's kind of cool. It's like, I'm trying to cut through this in 2 minutes, but my first thought, why Dan? I'm sure there's a story behind it. Okay, number 3. Brett, is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
Yes, it's wrong.
Dan?
I said you'd say no, and I said no.
You said no? Oh, well. All right, go ahead.
What did you have for Dan? He said no. Did you have yes or no on that?
I had
one,
yes.
Dan?
I had yes.
You had yes. Okay.
That was part snarky, I will admit.
Okay. Okay, Brett, cake or pie?
For me, cake.
Dan, what was your guess for
Well,
Brett?
I said pie because you were holding up apple pie a couple weeks
Well,
ago.
that was just a goof, as you know. All right, you're.
Dan, cake or
said
pie?
I said cake.
I said pie.
Okay, Brett, do you snore?
So I'm told.
Dan?
I said yes,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
yes for
Dan,
him, and I said yes for me.
I said
Brett,
no
did
for
you
you.
have yes on that one?
And I said no for Dan.
Okay. Brett, favorite junk food?
Doritos.
Rock and roll, baby! I nailed that one.
Did you? Nice.
Doritos out of nowhere. I don't know how
Attaboy.
That was a total guess. I said pretzels.
Brett?
I had pretzels. No, I had potato chips. Wrong one. Yeah. I was thinking of mine because I was battling with pretzels.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get a little personal on this next one. Question number 7. Brett, first celebrity crush.
Yeah, I had to think about this one, and I, back in the late '70s, early '80s, posters were, they were a thing. So I can remember having a poster of Heather Thomas on my wall, and I don't really know that she was much of a celebrity, but I had her on my wall. So
Okay.
Heather Thomas.
I don't know who that is. I said Donny Osmond for you.
That's a good one. It's close.
Dan, your first celebrity crush.
I went the poster route as well. Farrah Fawcett.
And I said
Classic.
Marilyn Monroe. I figured that was more in his, with his times. So,
Genre. Okay, Brett. Question number 8. Dogs or cats?
dogs.
I said dogs, and I
Okay,
also
Dan.
said
Cats
dogs.
or dogs?
Dogs.
And I had dogs for Dan.
Okay, good job, guys. All right, Brett. Favorite ice cream flavor?
If you get this one, I'd be shocked. Fish food.
Fish food. It's
No,
Shut.
that's insane.
100%. I got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I mean, fish.
I'm gonna have you answer first. I don't believe you.
All right, we're gonna mix it. After we get through 10 or 12, we'll switch the order. Dan, favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
I said chocolate.
I'll give you a half a point.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Half a
I won't
point.
take a half. No, I'm
That's
not
a whole different flavor. Chocolate or mint chocolate chip.
taking it. I'm not taking it.
Question number 10, Brett. Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
I've always been curious about those that do, but I have not.
I said yes. Sorry, I threw you under the bus on that one.
Dan, have you ever worn socks with sandals?
No.
And I said no for that one.
Okay. Okay, 11. Brett, is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
This one made me gag a little. It's never, ever acceptable at a party.
Dan, what'd you have for him?
I said he would say no.
Okay, Dan, you?
I said if no one's looking.
That's a
Just,
no.
Just kidding. I said no.
No.
Brett, did you have no for him? Okay, question 12. We're going to mix up the order now. Dan, you're first.
All right.
How many hours of sleep do you need?
7.
Brett?
I said 6.
Okay. Brett, how many hours of sleep do you need?
I need 8. I don't get it, but I need 8.
Okay. Dan, what did you say?
I said 6.
Okay, that was a toughie. Question 13. Dan, how many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
0 or 1. I mean, that's
Gotta pick.
0.
Why did you go with the 1?
Because I'm drinking tea these days.
I put the 1 up.
All right, Brett, how about yourself? How many cups of coffee a day?
Well, I think Dan knows his answer. It's 0.
I had
Zero.
0.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, question 14.
Well, that
Hey,
we cheated a little bit on that one because we just were talking with a coffee company, Logo Jojo, and the coffee issue came up last week, so I knew the answer to that one.
Hey, at least you guys are paying attention to each other, right? Getting to know each other, right?
Go ahead.
Question 14. Name one of the 7 dwarfs. Dan.
Goofy.
Brett?
Goofy? Is that
Is
a
it
dwarf?
Isn't Goofy one of them?
I don't
No,
think
he's
Goofy.
not.
It's
This-
not. But
Well,
that's
then I
okay.
don't
I
know any
didn't
of
guess Goofy. Goofy.
You know what?
Goofy's
I don't. You might. It might be. There might be a Goofy.
thought
I don't
Goofy's a
think there is.
dog.
The way you're reacting. I don't happy. Whatever. I don't know any, I guess.
Dan or Brett?
I said Doc for Dan, but for me, I picked Dopey.
Is there a sneezy?
There's
There
a
is a
sneezy.
Okay, I put down sneezy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So did I. I had just
All
sneezy for
right.
Dan.
This is a good one. Question
No, I
number
had sneezy.
15.
over here. I thought Goofy was one of them. Never mind. I don't know.
One of my favorite questions here. Number 15, Dan. Ask for permission or beg for forgiveness?
Ask for permission.
Brett?
I thought Dan would say beg for forgiveness. I said ask for permission.
And I thought Brett would say beg for forgiveness.
That's hilarious.
All right, this is an easy one, I think, for you guys. Number 16, climb a mountain or jump from a plane?
Yeah, I just said no. I mean, can I?
It's so funny you said that.
So, I mean, pick one. It doesn't matter. I'm not doing either of them. So,
That's
Okay.
really hilarious. And I said both in the same day.
oh,
There you go.
What'd
Dan,
you
what did
say,
you
Dan?
have for Brett? Both in the same day?
you'd really jump out of an airplane?
I've done it.
Oh God, I would never.
What did you? So you said climb a mountain from me.
Well, I said, what did I say? No, I said jump from a plane,
Oh, okay.
but you did it
Okay.
both. So that
Half
one.
a point on that one, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Okay, number 17, Dan, do you Instagram your food?
Absolutely not.
I said no, he doesn't,
Brett?
I said no.
and I have. So that would be a yes.
Okay.
But it was. In all fairness, it was some really nice pastrami that I made.
How
So,
can you help yourself, really?
Really, exactly.
All right, number 18, speaking of food, one of my favorite questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy garlic?
What does this prove something about my inner being? If I put a 6 on here or an 8 on there, what does it tell me about
I
myself?
think it
that
does.
Okay,
I
I'm a-
say it does.
I'm a 7.
You're a 7.
I said 7.
Very good.
Yeah.
I threw an
Okay.
8 on you.
I said 10, but it doesn't enjoy me.
Okay, question number 19. Dan, what is your middle name?
Edward.
I said Edward.
Brett?
My
I
middle name
said
is my
I
middle name
said-
is Richard.
I said Richard. Yeah, I had that one.
There you
All
go. All right. Double dinger. Question number 20. Dan, would you rather be invisible or be able to read minds?
Read minds.
Nailed that one. And I said read minds.
Dan?
Of course, because it's the only logical answer.
Really.
Question number 21. Coming down the stretch. Dan, favorite breakfast cereal?
Well, this was a hard one for me because I
You only
grew
pick
up.
one. You only get to pick
I just
one.
need to explain myself because I grew up on breakfast cereal, right? I mean, I would eat an entire box a day, and I ate them all of them. But in the last, I don't know, 40 years, I haven't. And so my favorite breakfast cereal right now is oatmeal.
Brett, missed
I don't
that
know if I'm
one.
more disgusted that you think oatmeal's a cereal or that
What is it?
or that's your favorite. That's just-
What is it if
how
it's
could
not
that
a
be your
breakfast cereal?
favorite? I said Count Chocula for you.
Brett, your
For
favorite
me,
breakfast
it's
cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
I went Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Two classics. Two classics. Question number 22. Dan, would you rather be the funniest or smartest person in a room?
Yeah, but as both, this is a very
No,
awkward.
gotta pick
It's
one.
an awkward question for me.
I know it is. Pick
Yeah.
one.
Okay, I'd say funny.
I said smartest. And then I said smartest for myself.
Dan, what'd you have for Brett?
I said funniest for both of us.
Okay.
Wow. Just when you think you know somebody,
Just
huh?
when you think.
guess
Okay,
I'm not
question number 23. Favorite holiday, Dan.
Thanksgiving.
I said Christmas for you.
Okay.
Brett?
I said July 4th for Brett.
That's a good one, but I said Thanksgiving.
We both like Thanksgiving. This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, number 24. Dan, do you collect anything?
No.
Brett?
I took a guess that you would have said like something music related, so I just said concert tees. But I don't know that I've ever that maybe because I got you one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was my only logic there.
Yeah.
Brett, what do you collect, Brett?
I don't collect much of anything, but if I had to find something, I'd say brewery swag. You know, like usually I'll pick up a sticker or a glass. You know, that's pretty much.
I would have rather have you said no, because that's what I said.
Is that what you said? Yeah.
Okay, guys, the grand finale, question number 25. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time or into the future?
Very hard question.
Dan, you're up.
Future.
Future?
Oh, I said he'd go back in time, and I said I'd go back in time.
And I said future for you too.
All right, let's count
Just
them up.
when you think you know somebody.
No, I don't know how we did
So
that.
how did you guys do? I think I had you around close to 7, 8, no?
I didn't count. I'm hoping Brett did.
Yeah, so it's 7 and 7.5, depending on who you're looking at here. So yeah, I'd say we're about the same.
Yeah.
Right about the same. You guys have known each other for 20 years. Okay.
Yep.
This was fun.
It was, and
It was
if
pretty
you
entertaining, and I'm sure you learned a little bit about each other in the last. Well, we certainly went over 2 minutes.
we
Well,
did.
bottom line is this, guys, and not to, I'm up on my soapbox. Make time with those that you work with, that you see every day, that you talk to every day, that you think you know, okay, very well. And, call time out, get out of the office, go to lunch, do something like this and make time. Make time. The best part about this is the conversation after the answers and learning or finding out more about somebody that you supposedly know. These two guys right here have known each other for 20 years. And they, 7.5 out of 25, better than one, but not as good as at least half, right? 12. And the same thing goes too for, your clients, especially your good clients, your loyal clients, whether you do a ton of business with them or not a ton, anything in between. A little tougher to do this maybe with a client, but you have those clients that'll make time for you. Get out of the office, hit launch, bring this along. This is a total blast at happy hour too, by the way. Not promoting drinking or anything, but again, just when you think you know somebody, you might be surprised. Guys, thanks a ton for coming up on the soapbox with me and turning the tables on you a little bit and, giving us a good 2+ minutes of entertainment.
2+. And on that note, thank you all for all of you who have stuck with it this long and learn a little bit more about Dan and myself. So we thank you. But let's wrap all this up with our yes/no question for you, Joe. So here we go, and this has not been planned in advance. So your candor is going to be on display, and possibly even some surprise on display here. So here's the yes/no question. Are you ready? You strapped in? Here we go. Will cable TV exist in 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. You think it's got a life beyond 5 years, it sounds like.
Yes. You know what? Because I plan on being around after 5 years with all my fellow dinosaur baby boomers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of like still I have to read the paper. I have to have the newspaper in my hand versus on a tablet. So I'm going to go. So
you're not streaming stuff right now?
You know what? I have a kid in college and I've learned to stream. I'm surfing, everything else, but I still go back to the newspaper and good old cable when I need to, channel surf, news surf, kind of things like that. So yeah, definitely cable after 5 years.
All right.
You do know that a lot of those cable channels are on streaming services.
No.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time today. And I'm glad you clarified that you knew which surfing we were discussing there, because I didn't want to leave people with that imagery of Joe surfing. So thank you. And appreciate your time. Don't forget to, you can see Devara on the soapbox and meet with Joe. And thank you all for your time today. Have a great one.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Bye.